of Wipro back in the days. We were printer manufacturing division in Wipro, and we are specialized in dot matrix printer category. Over the years, the company decided to step out of Wipro and formed a separate entity called Web Solutions. Our signature offering managed print services was carried over 2 decades, and by changing evolving needs and market trends, we also decided to bring digital workplace solutions to our work portfolio. We expanded our product and service portfolio to cater to mass markets. Over the years, we also collaborated with market giants like Ricoh and Fujifilm. I would like to highlight one milestone in our journey that we underwent complete brand transformation, which we call it as WebSol now. I'd like to highlight few of our highlights, which we are existing in this industry from 20 plus years. We have over 500 clients overall India. We have more than 2000 plus service locations. In fact, we also awarded as GMS Solution Company of the Year in 2022 by CIO Outlook. You can see some of our trusted clients like Tata Capital, Wipro Metro, AU Finance Bank, etc. Let us move to the next slide where we'll be talking about quick highlights of my company. FluidWorks. FluidWorks is our intelligent workplace solution, which we cater to a wide range of departmental solutions. Fluid Pro is our managed IT services where we offer infrastructure consulting services, cybersecurity solutions, remote monitoring, etc. Moving on to Fluid Print, we offer print infrastructure solutions according to your custom requirements. We offer both CapEx and OpEx models, and we charge customer as per print per basis. We are also number one in this business in India. Fluid Trail is our automation solution, which we also offers document management hosted by Microsoft Cloud. With this, we can automate all your office's processes like employee records management, candidate onboarding, offboarding, attendance management, contract management, inventory management, etc. Since the most of the audience are from HR background, I would like to launch a quick poll on your screens. The poll is on your screens, guys. If you want to know more about Fluid Pro, our HR automation solution, you can click on yes. We will be providing a free demo of Fluid Trail, which is HR automation solution. You can automate all the HR processes like leave and attendance management, performance management, employee records management, and more. You can automate all your existing processes using Fluid Trail platform. And we will give you a free demo after the webinar. Click on yes, reach out to me so that my team will contact you for the free demo of HR automation solution. Here we will be explaining you how to automate your HR processes according to your company requirements in employee onboarding, employee offboarding, performance management, employee records management, leave management, and more. Thank you all for the webinar. I'll be ending the poll in another 5 seconds. Thank you all for your responses. I'll be ending the poll now. I would like to introduce our speaker of the day, Ms. Naveena Joy. Ms. Naveena Joy brings in over 15 years of experience extending in strategic HR, organizational culture building, policy making, and planning as her areas of expertise. Having held roles in HR manager in past in various industry verticals, at present AGM HR at Supericon Spreadsheet India, her experience adds immense value to those aspiring to make a difference in HR field. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I am clear and my as a audio and video is also clear. So yes, I think that the whole questions that I have been viewing on the chat, so I'm sure that everything will be clear while I'm taking through the presentation. And I'll try and maximum clear out, but mostly the presentation slides will have all the answers. So yes, we can start with the webinar. So our topic for the whole webinar is that what is first of all, what is the office or workplace politics, and how an employee at the same time, because we're here the maximum participants are HR. So how an HR can balance out this workplace politics, and it can enhance the company as well as it can actually how can the employees or colleagues manage everything. So I'll be talking very crisp points so that nothing is left out, and these pointers might just give you all in terms of idea, in terms of feeling, in terms of emotional well-being. Everything will be in place. So I hope I can answer, and if still there is something missing, we can take it further at the end of the webinar. So yeah, we can go to the next slide. So first of all, I would like to ask a question is that workplace politics, should it be even there, or or whether it is necessary or not? Because one of the polls or probably that has happened is that almost 80% of the professionals shared that 50% of more of the organizations they have worked have faced a lot of difficult situations in office due to these politics, and it has been damaging their life, their career, and probably their mindset as well. And this has extended to a level of their success, their survival growth, their mental, emotional, their graphs of career path, their shifting of changes in the jobs, industries, and of course, in the end, it all boils down to the reputation that one person have. So, first of all, what I want to say is that you might have a feeling that if I change a job or probably a change a company, I can have less of politics or probably no politics. But that is not the true truth, because the truth is that office politics are an inevitable part of the organization life, and unfortunately, we can just sit them out. Okay, so the point is that we will have office politics. The idea is that every individual should identify, should know, and should navigate and probably understand how to manage yourself. So these are the pointers that one should understand. You cannot ask, or probably you cannot remove it from the organization. To an extent, it is good, not I would not say a good thing, but I would say it is something, a part of the organization which can help through the understand balancing of emotional and the well-being of an employee. So that's how I look at it. And when I say that yes, this is how things work, it is only and only because with experience that I have been saying. Okay, next slide. So first of all, what I would want to, talk to you is that what exactly is office politics. Now, the office politics, if I have to talk about, Pawan, next slide. So what is office politics? Now, basic, very, very basic is you might find certain, particular person or particular group or a particular department or a management who, we identify as, these are the people or these are the individuals who are creating certain politics. But why do we say so? It is nothing but It is only because they are, creating some kind of influence in the whole organization, or they are creating some kind of a goal, or they have only created that kind of a support system or favoritism or power game that they have played. But somewhere or the other, this community or this kind of dynamics in the organization influence a lot. Okay, they influence. Now when I say that they are influencing, you just find out in your organization or in your past experiences, somewhere or the other they have been influential. Now, office politics refers to a complex web of social, interpersonal, rational power and influence dynamics with organizations. It involves people's attempt to leverage power and influence in their ecosystem and forging key alliances with the goal of getting ahead and obtaining favor and support from these deemed more powerful and influential in the organization. So basically, it is nothing. It is like, as I said, that these people or these kind of individuals, they will influence in the ecosystem in a way that they will reach to their goal. And to reach to their goal, they can actually damage or demean or even make a person or the counterpart a failure, just to make their contributions or their themselves upwards. So that is how office politics is termed as. And it is actually, as I said, exists in every organization, whether it is a small or a big or a medium level of organization. So that is how this thing is. Next slide. Now, how do we recognize these office politics? Now, to recognize office politics, there are few pointers that I want to mention. As I said, there are group of people or individuals, they are easily identified. But mostly, these are the characteristics of these individuals. So first is the micromanaging colleagues. Now, you will see some of the supervisors or probably leaders who are micromanaging even every detail. They want to supervise and control or probably oversee another's work with because all this happens because of an intention of making undermining them or discrediting them. This is basically only because that they want to make sure that the other individual understands or feels that he or she is not able to handle the responsibilities on their own. So that is why the micromanaging happens. So these are certain characteristics. Second characteristics is the credit stealing part. Now credit stealing is maybe in a group or in a team or in two people also. This individual will take all the information regarding a project, regarding the work, and regarding everything that as a team you have worked on. But the fact is that when presenting it or when while informing, or probably when it has to be an observant to the visible to the public, they take the all the credit, and they will always talk about the contributions and the hard work and everything. And this they do it by probably you need to see that they will take all the information step by step, how things are working, how things are going. They take all the information, and while taking the information, they do not acknowledge the fact that the other person knows everything. So this is how they probably break the rule of being a team player or team effort or working in a collaboration. How That's how they break that rule. Next slide. Now, the third point would be scapegoating. Now, scapegoating involves that whenever there is any kind of a mistake or any decision that has gone wrong, or if there any gap in any of the systems that are there, so it is very easy for this person to, blame or put a finger on the other person, and rather than managing or probably creating any kind of environment where there is positivity and everything, they will highlight a small, very minutest of errors, and They will create a scenario that they will make the individual believe that you are a failure, and let the company believe that we have been neglecting everything in terms of by conducting a lot of errors and mistakes of life. So that blaming game is also there. Fourth point is that manipulative flattery. So this point is that whenever there is kind of a extra movement towards any of the dynamics of the organization. So if a person is doing extra, so when I say that extra is like it is very pleasing. So if you do smallest of things of the world of the in terms of organization, they will compliment, they will praise, and they will inevitably they will come up to you and start building that kind of a environment that we are the only people who are working in this organization, and we are the only people who are contributing. Now because of certain situations like this, the individual who is listening to all these things, either they can feel good about it, and they will feel that okay, somebody is listening or somebody is visible. But at the end of the day, you are basically talking a lot about your project or talking a lot about your efforts and everything, and we somehow talk a lot about in terms of any of the agendas of the projects and everything. So that's how we are giving out the information. Next slide. So the next is the information hoarding. Again, this information hoarding is the nothing but when a person is not a part of one group, but a person is a part of a lot of groups as well. So this can happen twice in two things. Like one is that he or she is a part of a project and takes all the information, or and at the same time he or she will show themselves in terms of other department and groups that yes, I am also part of it. You will find certain people who will have certain information bits in bits and pieces, and they will start talking about these information from one group to another, and the second group to the third to group to the fourth, so that they take the all the information. Now, sometimes these information are not valid, and sometimes these information are so valid that they use when it is in need. So they are that smart people who can, create that kind of a scenario that the other person believes in what they are trying to say. So that's how the information hoarding comes in. Then comes the undermining trust. This involves behavior that mostly the team members remove, or they do not have any kind of a trust with this person, because the kind of rumor or probably any kind of like for example in the previous topic, that there's some kind of information that is being taken, and if that information is basically build it up to a very big level, and it is passed on to one group to another group to third group. So it can actually, it is nothing but they have certain hidden agendas towards it, and they have some kind of they want to create some kind of uneasiness within the team or within the individual, and at the end of the day it creates a mental trauma for the person. So that's how the building of understanding is there between the teams and individuals that they create. So that's how things work. Next slide. So when we are recognizing these office politics, okay, you need to also understand that why these politics are happening. Okay, understanding what is the motive. So basically, the motive behind these individuals is only human emotions and nothing else. Now, human emotions, if I have to talk about, we cannot handle human emotions in terms of their nature, their habit, or any kind of because we say that if an individual has a basic habit, we cannot change those things. So how can we understand, or probably how can we manage it? So first of all, we need to understand what are the motives behind these if I have to say negative or probably kind of understandings and actions that they do. So first is, of course, jealousy and insecurity. Now, again, the basic and the level of insecurity comes in when the other person is better in their skills or probably better in anything that they have, and they have the insecurities is there that you can overpower this person and go to a level where it can outpass everything. So that's how things work. So jealousy is one factor, and this is only because of the fact that yes, you are better than this person. Second thing is the ambition and self-preservation. Now, when we have promotions and higher understandings, and we have increments, and we have a lot of competition in the organization. So when we work in a group or when we work in that organization, we have this feeling that somewhere or the other, I want to achieve this goal, and I also want to have a certain cake understanding where I want to achieve and have certifications and would should be shown everywhere. And this kind of behavior will have ambitious can be dangerous also, because these ambitions can go negative as well. Okay, so this is also there. Third thing is fear of change. Now, this majorly comes from the senior people or probably employees who have been in the company for a very long time, and they think that any kind of new or upgraded or updated or any good thing that is going to come will not be able to compel with it or change through it. So they have some kind of a fear. Now, any you might have observed that if there is any kind of change in the organization, there will be certain kind of what do you call it, as a resistance from the some of the employees, or they will always talk negative about these changes, or they will make it a point that any change in the organization that is going to come is not beneficial for the company. So this is how things work. And so these are particularly very very negative, and they create a scenario that it gets delayed. The any kind of change will only get delayed. So that's how things are. And resource grabbing. Uh, Now, when a person is like into creating any kind of understanding how what each department or what each individual is up to, they want to just create conflicts within the organization. The only reason why do they do is that let the whole world fight or probably have a kind of a conflict. I am safe and I'll play the game. So that's the how things work. And the last point would be that if there is any kind of a personal grudge that is there with any of the person, so they will create that kind of an environment that will have some kind of problems, or even probably that kind of a negative impact in the organization, that that individual doesn't move ahead. So that's how things work. So that's the understanding the motive of everything. Next slide.
Okay, guys, I'll be launching a quick poll on your screens. The poll on your screens, I'll be reading out for you. What best defines office politics? Formal policies within an organization, a structured hierarchy of authority, power dynamics, influence, and interpersonal behaviors, strategic planning, and budgeting. Please type your answers in the poll box, guys. Also, if you have any questions related to the topic, you can type in the chat box or the Q&A box provided in your options. We'll be having a dedicated Q&A session at the end of the webinar. We'll be answering all your questions or queries related to office politics at the end of the webinar. We can see good number of responses to our poll, guys, for the right answer. Okay, I am closing the poll in another 5 seconds. Please type your answers, guys. Thank you all for the responses. Any comments on the answer?
Yes, of course. So I also agree with you. In the beginning, only this statement was said that the office politics is the meaning of the office politics is power dynamics, influence, and all these things. So yes, this is the actual fact of office politics.
Yes, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am. Next slide.
Yeah. So, these politics and everything looks good and seems to be good, or probably it can be dangerous. But who all are getting impacted? So, the impact is very, very strong. And if I have to actually take on to the, employee engagement, or probably the ratio of people who come towards complaining about certain dynamics of the company, they have a very very major impact in their life. So the first and foremost which affects a lot in terms of career trajectory is promotions, project opportunities, and visibility within the team or within the organization. And these are the people who are hardworking, who have integrity, who have everything in their life, but still they are not getting what they want. Second is they affect their moral and job satisfaction. So the morale and the satisfaction that I'm talking about is they keep on changing their jobs and departments to get that kind of a probably that kind of understanding and that kind of status and that kind of like 10 years of experience in a company, and they have still not got any kind of a reputation there. So that is also there. Third is the stress, the probably the kind of stress level and the kind of mental understanding is so much that they do not perform in terms of team. They have doubts within themselves and they have doubts within the team also. There is no team effort. The trust factor is also not there, whom to believe, whom not to believe. So the team effort and the projects doesn't come. And say last but not the least, if we start ignoring it also, this also brings problem, because this cannot be ignored, because once it is ignored, that means you are silent, you are not working towards it. And when you are not working towards it, that means you are not visible. In a company you need to be very much visible, so that you are recognized at all levels. So that is there. Next slide. Now, I will talk about Pawan, next slide. So, taking through a lot of understandings and taking through a lot of key factors, but majorly what I need you all to understand is the nine key steps that can actually help you to navigate through these office politics. And it is very simple, and it is very, very, based on emotional intelligence, or probably the understanding, the feeling, or the organizational dynamics, the organizational behavior. So everything depends on these factors. So, you guys need to understand one thing very clearly is, as I said, that these office politics is such that it cannot be termed as this is one characteristics, or probably this is one habit, or this is one particular mindset that is there. But when you have to deal with these people, you need to find, you need to actually understand is that you have to upgrade yourself to a level that you can navigate, or probably you can overcome these things. but you cannot degrade yourself to a level where you reach to their level and do certain things which are equivalent to their actions as well. Okay, I hope I am able to clear that. So the actions should be such that the way you are perceiving it and the way you are putting it in that into action and putting in that everything into your emotions has to be in terms of upgrading your your actions, or probably upgrading your mindset. So that has to be very very clear. So the simple key steps, 9 key steps are, okay, there was one person who asked this one thing is define the empathy part. So the first step is lead with empathy and compassion. Now, when I say lead with empathy and compassion, it is very, very clear that, empathy is nothing, but you need to, first of all, understand the other person. Okay, as an HR person, you need to understand what the other person is saying, because sometimes what happens is, certain uh, probably information about a negative person or an office politic person, but at the same time when a complaint comes in, or when a the person is some saying, you don't have to keep that thing in mind, what information you have. You need to understand what this person or the colleague or your employee is talking about, and you need to understand the perspective and need of that person. Okay, now this, first of all, you need to show by, for you need to understand what the wordings are, what the actions are, and what is basically the concern. Okay, because the favorite term that we use is, you need to empathize but you should never sympathize. Okay, so empathizes, yes, okay, good. Sympathizes, you get into the emotional well, you actually get into the emotional feeling of it. So that should no, there has to be a line drawn towards it. So you need to support relationship. You need to have that kind of an understanding. You need to have that understanding that yes, you can talk to me, understand. I will understand also things, and I will genuinely take this into consideration. That is the empathization of an employee. The also, you need to support in terms of putting all these minds and concerns into kindness, and probably understanding the fact that what actions can be put on, because we have uh, a lot of challenging scenarios. During those challenging scenarios, these colleagues should know that this company, probably the HR department, will offer help and support and will be there to listen, understand, and create that positive work environment, because at least we cannot remove, or probably we cannot say no, or probably at least listen and reduce the negative politics in the company that is there. Second, next slide. So the second step that I will be talking, or probably the 9 key step, is that you need to show your value system to have a kind of a high integrity. And now when I say that, who are the people who literally suffers the most? People who have value system, people who have human value systems, integrity in them, or they have principles or certain principles in their life. So they are the person who gets affected, or probably they have the people who feel the most. Okay, so right now the first and foremost is that your values and your human values, or probably your integrity, your principles, should not shake in these situations. You need to be very firm. You need to work in one direction. You need to have that kind of a vision, wherein demonstrating that integrity and the trust and everything should be there. So while previous slide, Pawan, so when I'm talking about the integrity and principal values, So while demonstrating, okay, these kind of values, there will be, when certain actions or negative actions are taking place, the person should feel, okay, I cannot do anything to this person because the kind of integrity and value system, human values this person has, okay, it cannot break him or her. Okay, the moment if there is a feeling of, breaking or anything like that, so it will get down to the level that, we can break down anytime. So that kind of an environment should be there, that you have your integrity in place. Then your actions. Now, when I say that your actions are there, now you need to take full responsibility for your actions and decisions. And accountability and ownership shows that you are a reliable source, you are a trustworthy person, and you are a person wherein you can actually maintain that kind of a positive reputation, and you can navigate these office politics successfully. So it is very, very important to show ownership and accountability. So this is very, very, very important. Then we have is the communicate effectively and transparently. Now, as an HR, the first and foremost important value system is that you need to be transparent in whatever you feel, or probably you need to be transparent in whatever the actions has to be. Okay, because if there is any very hidden agenda towards everything, then it will never create any kind of a trust or probably reliability towards the employees. So first and foremost, to create that communication and effectiveness and transparency, is that you need to have an or open dialogue. Now, when I say open dialogue, there has to be encouragement to honesty, encouragement to the value system, integrity, and very, very respect for each other, and creating a culture where the employees feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, and there has to be no misunderstandings, because whenever there is a thought that comes into your mind, or probably in any of the employees' mind, they are very open, or probably immediately they come towards the your department, and talks immediately. This actually creates an environment wherein we can avoid unnecessary conflicts, because a lot of time we are solving unnecessary conflicts and understandings. So this is a very important. And while communicating, that it has to be crisp and clear, and not revolving around the bush. So this is to be very, very direct. So the intentions and expectations while communicating should be very clear and direct. So there has to be very, this when the communication is only complete when the employee and when the HR is talking the same language. So that kind of a transparency has to be built, and this will actually reduce the chances of miscommunication and political dynamics that are going on. Next. Yes, this is very, very important in terms of foster collaboration and teamwork, because individuals probably, they can only understand themselves. But at the same time, when we talk about collectiveness, we need to actually encourage collective success. So the focus on the success of the team should be higher than focusing on individual achievements, because when an individual is achieving, there's only one individual who is achieving. But when the team is achieving, or the success of the team, means that the entire group of individuals are in the success scenario. So this is a very good, better mindset shift. So we need to highlight outstanding achievements of particular individuals, and talk positive. Then small, small things like thank you, very good, or probably outstanding. These are the words that can be used to promote any kind of a collaborative environment. And all these things, when they feel good and when they have the good, so all these things moves towards the goal of uh, you know uh, towards getting recognition, getting success, and they have a very common goal towards it, that is nothing but the success of the organization. So this mindset will automatically minimize the concept of competition and uh, negative politics. Now second thing is celebrate team achievements. So now as an HR, we as departments should focus on employee engagements, then scenarios probably to motivate these achievements by acknowledging them, and by giving them some small recognition in terms of money, in terms of material, in terms of feeling, in terms of emotions. It will create a mutual respect in terms of a positive atmosphere. So this is very important in this scenario. Next slide.
Hey guys, this is a poll time. I'll be pasting a link in your chat box that is running on in our LinkedIn page. You can just go to a chat box and click on the link. You'll be directed to the LinkedIn page where the poll is going on, and put all your answers over there. The link for the poll in your chat box, guys. Which of the following is a sign of micromanagement that HR should monitor? Delegating tasks, offering promotions, unsolicited work check-ins, weekly team lunches. Put your answers in the poll, guys. You can just click on the link and you'll be directed to the LinkedIn page where the poll is going on. You can see already good number of correct answers for the poll. Also, guys, please a reminder to check you out. We have a page of Websol where you will be redirecting. Please follow the page where we'll be posting everything about HR, automation, latest news and trends will be posted in the page. We will be conducting webinars every month as well. All the webinar updates, the webinar highlights, the content related to webinar, everything will be posted in the page itself. So please follow our page in LinkedIn. Naveena Joy was telling due to technical reasons I missed. Okay, which one you missed, Naveena? Can you specifically tell? Is it about the poll or you want any registration link? Guys, if you have any questions or queries, you can directly type in the chat box, or you can type in the dedicated Q&A box that you have been provided by Zoom. Okay.
Yeah. So the fifth point would be, very important. Like guys, when I started with this 9 key steps, it was very important that you need to control your mindset, and you need to actually know how the understanding of what is good for you, what is not good for you, and how to handle certain things. So it is very important to understand yourself. So this is nothing but it is practicing self mastery and resilience. So, and while developing any kind of emotional intelligence, okay, this is nothing but understanding yourself. And when you understanding a lot about yourself, you will automatically get to know what is good and what is not good in terms of getting into that track. So it is very, very visible when somebody talks to you, or probably when somebody passes on the information or takes the information, it becomes very clear. So understanding your, your mind and your behavior and your habit is very, very important. So enhancing your emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and self-mastery to better understand and manage your emotions and those of others. So it is very, very important in any of the scenarios or social dynamics and situations, because it can actually give out a balance and calmness within yourself. Okay. While doing this, you can stay resilient and adverse as well, because building resilience means that you can easily handle the ups and downs of the office, because there is no office situation or no office role that is not, that will not go up and down, or probably it will always never ever go into your track. It will always be either right or a left. So you need to balance in terms of giving out a positive outlook, staying very calm, understanding the situation, balancing out the pressure, and then address it very, very effectively and positively, because that will automatically create a positive environment. Next slide. Again, very, very important is in this whole scenario is, before making anybody goal oriented, it is very important for you to become very visionary and inspirational, because whenever there is any kind of a discussion or any kind of a one-on-one understanding, you need to articulate a very clear vision for your employees or for your team, or that is any, that has to be aligned with the organization goals, because this will build a passion and interest within the team and within the organization. It will never go here and there. It will always be on track. So clearing out of talking about the vision and motivating about to achieve those vision is also very important. Now, how this can happen is, again, you need to lead by example, because you are a person who are talking about vision, who are talking about the discipline, or talking about actions, goals, everything. Now, talking will not help. The only help that can happen is through actions. You can do what your goals are, what the organization goals are. It will actually automatically adopt to positivity and share those feelings to the environment as well. Next slide. So based on the last topic, it is this: realize this important reality. People will do as you do, not as you say. So it is always like monkey see, monkey do. So whatever the employees are seeing, they will do. They will, because the grasping power of words is very less than, it very, very less than the actions that they see. So the actions is always remembered. Next slide. Yes, seventh point would be personally engaging in lifelong learning and development, because when you engage your mind towards, your skills, it will automatically get into the development or professional development mode. So you are getting going one step ahead of everybody, because it's totally towards development and towards learning. It will hardly get into the line of creating anything negative in the company or in the organization. So constantly, if not in terms of actual skills, but at least enhance towards the human habit. So these human behavior and human habits can also be learned. That's also a skill that can be learned in terms of creating a leadership. Then once you learn, again encourage learning in others, because again it is monkey see, monkey do. People will do what you are doing. So when you are, maintaining that kind of a network, wherein there is mentorship, scholarship, sponsorships, activities, skill building training, and leadership training, and they encourage everybody to, attend that and get towards it, because again, these people, everybody is engaged to positive environment rather than getting into negative environment. Next slide. Very important to have gratitude and positivity, because being grateful and expressing that you are grateful and appreciating to the contributions of colleagues and opportunities will also shift the workplace culture. Because when the culture of thank yous and gratitude comes, the automatically the mindset also change. It actually spreads a positivity towards interacting with one another, because the person who is in the front will get that kind of a positive vibe. And when the positive vibe is there, so any kind of gossip, backstabbing, or bad mouthing, or any kind of negative that is creating, it automatically gets wiped off. So it actually neutralizes the environment when there is that kind of a gratefulness that comes in. Next. Now, when you have a kind of skill development, when you are into learnings, when you have a good leadership, when you have a strong personality, and when you have that gratitude, and when you have integrity, human values, everything is there. So that means you have a personal brand, and you are, facing that kind of a environment with your brand itself. So there is nothing in terms of fear, but probably there is upgradation that you are influencing the company, within the company or the organization employees, and also you are creating a kind of vibe outside also, where there is only ethical and fair competency is there. So there is nothing known as political tactics, but it is only positivity. So you are creating a brand of yourself. So when your name comes in, inclusive, so it knows that what all skills and nature and gratitude and integrity comes within. So create that personal environment, and with that branding, you can actually network strategically. Now because the positive alliances, and when you have individuals and your colleagues and mentors, and when you have people outside who are similar to you, or probably a level up towards you also, so everybody will see that, yes, of course, the person is very positive, and the environment is also very positive, and the people are also very positive. So you will get a lot of open doors from positive people. So when the positive and positive gets interacted, the environment becomes very positive. So that kind of a personal branding has to be there. So yeah, next slide. So I am actually at the end of the session, and I hope that the kind of clarity that I had to build within the HR, that is there. So it is nothing but creating a kind of a shift of the mindset. Once that mindset shifts, everything gets very clearer. Yeah, Pavan.
Chris, if you have any questions, you can type in a chat box. We'll take some questions. I think we already have. How do you deal with bias, favoritism, discrimination in the workplace?